Hey guys, welcome to Sigh Finally. I'm Clary Carrier, and this is my pop culture podcast. If you love nerdy, geeky things, then this is the show for you. We're going to be talking about science fiction, gaming, comics, geek history, television, and movies, and I'm sure a lot more as time goes on. This is our inaugural episode. We have no content planned. We just wanted to let you guys know the format, what shows would be coming, and what to expect in the future from Sci Finally. So, I want you guys to know that we do have content planned. I want to speak to you about some of the shows that we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. And once we settle into a routine, we'll be doing these shows every week, at least most of them. First, we have Sigh Friday. Obviously, it's going to be on Friday. Um, this is going to talk about sci-fi on television. We are also going to talk about comic book TV shows because right now, frankly, there isn't a lot of sci-fi out there. We have The Expanse, we have Dark Matter, but those shows are pretty much done for the year. We won't see them again for a while. And it seems like comics are about the only outlet right now. Of course, there will be other shows. We will speak of them. We'll speak about old favorites like Firefly, which is my all-time favorite show. Uh, and of course, Star Trek, which is my second favorite all-time show. There's going to be Star Wars talk in there. Of course, Rebels is such an amazing product. We're going to have to talk about that. And we'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys, this next one I'm really excited about. Uh, I'm going to call it Gaming History in Under 10 Minutes. Uh, and it is just what it says. In under 10 minutes in a scripted episode, I'm going to give you the history of either a game, a gaming character, a game series, uh, or a person in the industry. Uh, the reason I'm doing this scripted is because I want the information to be exact. Don't want it to just come out of my head. I don't want to make mistakes. Whenever you're done watching the video, I want you to understand what you just heard and be able to quote those facts as facts, not as something that a random guy on YouTube decided to tell you. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there who just say whatever they want. I don't want to be like that. I want facts. And I'm really hoping you guys enjoy the show because I'm really, really looking forward to making it. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of characters that it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to use. Uh, Mario and Zelda were two characters that obviously I wanted to jump onto right away. But Nintendo just does not have any love for YouTube. They don't like the free publicity. They don't like YouTubers. It seems like they don't like people. If they didn't make such amazing games, 170 hours into Breath of the Wild, by the way, I would boycott them altogether. But it is what it is. Perhaps someday they'll decide to loosen their grip on their IPs and allow guys like us who aren't even making any money to work on these wonderful projects. A Mario history in 10 minutes or less, that would be fantastic, but I can't do it. Uh, of course, Final Fantasy will be in there. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. Well, up till 9. There's a lot of histories. Castlevania. You guys will see a lot. And so I think I'm going to hold off on telling you what the first one will be, but you'll know within the next week. Next up, we got the Sci-Fi Gaming Show. Of course, any pop culture site focused on sci-fi is going to have a gaming show. This one is just going to be my thoughts and opinions on the matters of the industry. Be talking about the weekly news, the important news stories, giving my opinion on them. Uh, giving a level headed opinion. I consider myself a pretty level headed guy. Hopefully, I won't take too much flack for it, but we'll see. Hey guys, and as of right now, we have one more weekly podcast to talk about. This one is near and dear to my hearts. As you guys get to know me, you'll find out that I am an unabashed DC Comics fan. Um, I love the DC Comics universe. I think it's fantastic. I think its characters are fantastic. I think there are uh, dozens and dozens of characters who don't get enough time that could be put on screen if WB could get their act together. Uh, so every week I'm going to take one character, and they're mostly going to be obscure characters because everybody knows Batman's history, everybody knows Superman's history. So in a scripted show, I'm going to fill you in on all these different characters of the DC universe. There'll be villains, there'll be heroes, there'll be gods that you've probably never heard of. Um, everybody thinks they're a comic expert these days because the comic industry is so big, but there is so much that it has never been done. And, I could make these shows for years, I'm sure, and still never, ever, ever come out on top. Now I know there's going to be a lot of fanboys saying, "Oh, why DC? Why DC?" I love Marvel. I read Marvel comics, but as I stated at the first of this video, I am a DC fanboy. There's just no fixing it. I'm a DC fanboy. Um, when I was a child, my mother didn't read me, uh, the Three Little Pigs or whatever. My mother read me comics. She read me Batman. She read me Superman. She read me Spider-Man. She read me Marvel comics as well. But ever since I was a kid, having a mother who was a big comics fan, still loves Wonder Woman, still reads my comics from quite often. Um, I'm just, I, I bleed DC. So take no offense to the fact that I won't be doing Marvel. Perhaps I will do Marvel in the future. Um, but as of right now, there's only so many shows that I can do a week, and I'm hoping that I can get the ones I have planned in. I've never done this before. This is my first YouTube show. Okay, the last show I want to talk about is our stop motion video toy show. We'll be using toys to make comedic stop motion videos. Just little things based off of properties we all know and love. I have one planned. The first one planned is actually Zelda. Nintendo can't take that one away from me. These toys are sold in stores. They're mine. I own them. They may go for the content strike, but I can't see it because people put Nintendo props in their video all the time. As long as it's physical, I own it. I can have my game case behind me. I can have my Switch behind me. There's nothing that Nintendo can do about that. So my first one is going to be about Zelda. I hope you guys enjoy it. I plan on having it done by the end of April. Hopefully sooner, but it's a big job. For anybody who has ever done stop motion, and I've dabbled in it, it's a very, very big job. So I really hope you guys enjoy that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be funny, and hopefully it'll bring views to the site. Okay, so let's talk about me a little, guys. As I told you before, my name is Clary. I'm a poor 30 something gamer. Wasn't always a poor 30 something gamer, but an injury at work changed my life forever and put me out of work. So currently, I'm basically collecting a small amount of money from workers' compensation until I can get back on my feet. Literally back on my feet. I suffered third degree burns. I was tripped and fell into a molten vat of zinc at a lead and silver refinery, and that changed my life forever. Um, it's not just it didn't just create problems for my foot, which go on to this day. Even though the injury was quite a while ago, it gave me crippling depression, and it really messed with my mind. And I've been working on that. I'm feeling much better. My videos aren't going to be about uh, negative topics unless people want me to speak on these things. But I just wanted you to know who I am. Uh, as I've started to get better, I'm trying to get over my painful shyness. And I hope this is a way to do that. Posting video on YouTube is scary. As I get ready to edit and put all this together, I'm getting more scared by the minute, but it's going up because it has to go up. Um, it has to get up there, and I have to get out there and speak. People don't need to hear me, but I need to hear me. As for my hobbies, I've been a geek my whole life. My whole life, my friends and I, uh, from the time we were kids, we played Dungeons and Dragons. We played video games. We played card games like Magic, Pokemon. Uh, I grew up in the I grew up in the '80s, uh, so we got the best of everything. Still remember getting my NES the Christmas of '85. Everybody thinks that it was '86 because that's when it exploded. But my buddy next door had one in earlier in '85. I'm not sure what month. And that's what I wanted for Christmas. And my parents, being the wonderful, wonderful people they are, they got me an NES with Mario and Duck Hunt. And it was the start of something great, maybe something a little scary, but it was the start of a love affair. I love gaming. I will game until the day I die. Um, and of course, there's sci-fi. How did I get into sci-fi? Uh, that's a weird story. As a child, and I mean as a child, no more than 3 years old, because we were still living in the original house that my family lived in. And I used to watch reruns of Star Trek. I used to love Captain Kirk and Spock. They were heroes to me. And so, of course, 1987 rolls around. I'm 6 years old. And this wonderful, well, okay, wasn't wonderful the first couple of seasons, but this new show comes out called Star Trek The Next Generation. And I was really at an age where I was just really starting to get into different types of media. And I had started gaming. Sci-fi was a big part of that. Star Trek had robots with data. It had this wonderful, wonderful captain who just exuded confidence that I prayed I would have someday. Uh, it had an amazing commander who just stole every scene that he wasn't in with Picard. Uh, it had uh, a blind man who could see, who was a fantastical engineer. Uh, it was amazing, and I fell in love right from the first episode. I can go back right now and say, yeah, season one was really bad. Season two was quite bad as well. But as a 6 and 7 year old child, those things were magic. Those shows were magic. I love them. And so that's where my love affair began. It went on to things like Babylon 5, Farscape, Firefly, which I can't get enough Firefly. It's my comfort food. Uh, and it just spiraled from there. I'm watching things like The Expanse. I'm watching Dark Matter. Uh, I just, and I am crazily waiting for Star Trek Discovery. And so whenever I decided to make a YouTube channel, I said Sci-Fi, and then I said Sigh Finally, and that became the name of the channel. I hope you guys enjoy what you see here. I hope I get better at it. This is my first episode. Obviously, I'm not going to be an expert. People aren't going to get come back if the quality stays as it is. But at the same time, I hope you guys will give me a chance. So, from here in New Brunswick, Canada, this is Clary Carrier, and I want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope to hear from you all. Bye.